The woods thinned. Sunlight, anemic and weak, filtered through the trees. Before them, shrouded in an unnatural stillness, lay Avon. It wasn't the quaint, forgotten town they might have expected. This was different. The air itself felt heavy, burdened with an unseen weight. Buildings, crafted from grey stone, huddled together as if seeking comfort from something unseen. There were no welcoming lights, no sounds of life, only an unsettling silence that pressed against their ears, a suffocating blanket of quiet. The houses stood watch like empty sockets, their windows dark and vacant. The streets were deserted, not a single stray animal daring to break the unnerving stillness. "Hello?" Josh's voice, loud in the oppressive quiet, felt like an intrusion. The sound died quickly, swallowed by the heavy air. There was no echo, no answering call, only the silence, deeper and more unsettling for the brief disturbance. With hesitant steps they crossed the invisible threshold into Avon. Each step felt like a transgression, a violation of some unspoken law. The air grew colder, the shadows deeper. They were trespassing in a place that did not welcome visitors, a place where time itself seemed to have turned inward, leaving behind only a hollow shell. Street stood a church. Its spire, impossibly tall and thin, seemed to pierce the sky. The stained glass windows, a kaleidoscope of colours, pulsed with an inner light. Drawn by a morbid curiosity, they stood before its heavy wooden doors. The doors creaked open, the sound echoing through the silence. The air inside was stale and heavy, thick with the scent of incense. Dust motes danced in the faint light, painting the interior in a macabre mosaic. The windows depicted scenes of disturbing beauty, angels with too many eyes, twisted landscapes, and figures reaching towards darkness. The pews were arranged in a spiral, facing a central pit covered by an iron grate. The pit seemed to draw their gaze, pulling at them with an unseen force. A low, guttural sound rose from its depths, sending shivers down their spines. The whispers intensified, swirling around them like a chorus of lost souls. They were trapped, caught in a web of fear they couldn't escape. The grate over the pit groaned, the sound like fingernails scraping against a chalkboard. The air crackled with an unseen energy, a palpable sense of anticipation. The whispers reached a fever pitch, swirling around them, a cacophony of voices from beyond comprehension. The friends huddled together, their fear a tangible thing in the suffocating air. With a deafening screech of metal, the grate was ripped from its moorings. It clattered against the stone floor, sending sparks flying through the air. From the depths of the pit, a blinding light erupted, bathing the church in an unholy radiance. The stained glass windows shattered, raining shards of coloured glass down upon them. Then they saw them, creatures of pure darkness, their forms shifting and swirling within the light. They had no faces, only smooth, featureless flesh where their eyes should have been. In their place, a multitude of eyes blinked and stared, their gaze cold and unfeeling. They were wrong, these creatures, defying all sense of natural order. Terror, raw and primal, gripped them. They were frozen in place, unable to move, unable to breathe. The creatures slithered and crawled their way out of the pit, their movements fluid and unnatural. The air crackled with their presence, the very fabric of reality groaning under their weight. The abyss had come to Avern. Panic seized them. They scrambled back, desperate to escape the nightmare. But the creatures were fast, their movements blurring. Screams echoed through the church, bouncing off the stone walls. Mark was the first to fall. He tripped over a fallen pew, his eyes wide with terror. A creature, its form shifting and pulsating, descended upon him. There was a sickening crunch, a strangled cry, and then silence. The creature unhinged its jaw, revealing rows of needle-like teeth. Emily and Josh made a desperate break for the door. But the creatures were everywhere, their bodies fluid and ever-changing. Emily stumbled, a hand reaching out to grasp at nothing. She let out a shriek as a creature enveloped her. Josh didn't even slow down. He slammed into the heavy wooden door, but it wouldn't budge. It was locked, sealed shut by some unseen force. He hammered against the wood, his fists bloody and bruised. A cold, clammy hand closed around his ankle. He looked down to see a creature, its many eyes staring up at him. He screamed as the creatures dragged him into the darkness. The church stood silent once more. The creatures were gone, vanished back into the pit, taking their offering with them. The only evidence of the struggle was the shattered stained glass windows, the overturned pews, and the lingering scent of blood and fear. Avon had claimed its due. The town remained, a silent testament to the horrors that lurked beneath its surface. The sun, still trapped behind its veil of clouds, cast long skeletal shadows across the empty streets. The wind howled through the buildings, carrying with it the whispers of the abyss, a chilling reminder of the town's true nature. Avon, it seemed, was more than just a forgotten town. It was a gateway, a trap, a place where the boundaries between reality and nightmare blurred, a place where the abyss whispered promises of oblivion, and the only escape was to never find it in the first place. But the woods held their secrets close, and the path to Avern remained, waiting for the next unwary soul to stumble upon it. And the abyss, patient and ever hungry, waited to claim its due. For Avern was not a place to be found, but a destination to be avoided at all costs.